Hello and welcome back to another episode of Exploring with Ash and Jake. Today on our channel, we're going to be talking about the little bastard Porsche 550, which belongs to James Dean, or did, and is supposedly revered to be haunted. So let's get right into the story. Okay, the story begins on September 23rd, 1955. Just a week before Dean's fatal crash, he purchased a new 1955 Porsche 550 Spider and bought it to have it customized by legendary filmmaker George Barris. He chose tartan seats, the number 130 embolized on the hood, and the name Little Bastard painted just under the Porsche emblem on the engine cover. Monkey Mobile builder Dean Jeffries did the lettering. I don't know why, but they sound oddly related. On September 23rd, 1955, while driving the car around Los Angeles, he met up with British actor Alec Guinness outside the restaurant and showed him his deeply superstitious Guinness, the new Porsche. Incidentally, Alex Guinness is the one who played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars movie, for those of you who don't know. Little fun fact. Great actor. Let's see. The sports car looked sinister to me. Exhausted, hungry, feeling a little ill-tempered in spite of Dean's kindness, I heard myself saying in a voice I could hardly recognize as my own, "Please, never get in it. If you get in that car, you will find yourself dead in it by this time next week." Dean just laughed and wrote it off as worked-up superstition. A week later, on September 30th, Dean and Roloff, a former pilot at the factory-trained Porsche mechanic, were at the competition of motorsports in Hollywood, preparing the little bastard for racing that weekend in Salinas. The intent was for Dean to trailer the car to Salinas behind his 1955 Ford Country Squire, along with photographer and stuntman Bill Hickman, stunt coordinator on the movie Built, but the car needed some break-in miles on it before they could enter the race. The group left the coffee shop across from the competition motors at 1:15 p.m. At 3:30 p.m., California Highway Patrolman O.V. Hunter stopped Dean and wrote him a ticket just south of Bakersfield for driving 65 miles an hour in a 55 zone. Hickman got the ticket for driving 20 over the limit because he was towing a trailer, which meant his maximum speed should have been 45 and no more. At Blackwell's on the corner route of 466, the caravan stopped for drinks. He met up with Lance Brettenville and Bruce Kessler, also attempting in the Salinas road races with Retlow's Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Coupe. At approximately 5:15 p.m., Dean and Hickman drove over towards Paso Robles. A half hour later, black and white 19 Ford two-door coupe was headed east on 466, driven by a 23-year-old Cal Poly student with the unlikely name of Donald Turnspeed. Donald Turnspeed made a left turn on Route 41 as he crossed the center line. Dean was estimated to be traveling at 85 miles an hour. He tried to avoid the Ford, and the two cars met head-on. The Ford coupe slid 39 feet down Route 466 in the westbound lane. Yikes. Always wear your seatbelt and always drive the speed limit, folks. Always. Soon afterward, an unconscious dying Dean was placed into the ambulance. Weatherich had been thrown from the Spider and was lying on his shoulder on the road next to the little bastard, and was transported in the same ambulance to Paso Robles War Memorial Hospital, almost 30 miles away. Dean was pronounced dead on arrival at 6:20 p.m. Turnspeed walked away with a scratch on his nose. George Barris purchased the wreckage from the Porsche for $2,500 with the likely intent to sell tickets for people to look at it, spectators like you and me. He transported the car back to his shop. The car slipped off of the trailer and broke the leg of the mechanic. Barris sold the engine and the drivetrain to Troy McHenry and William Estridge. The two used the parts to build cars of their own, even raced each other with those parts in place. Henry lost control and slammed into a tree, the impact killing him instantly. Estridge was driving his car and the wheels suddenly locked up for no apparent reason, sending the car rolling over in a turn. Estridge was seriously injured in the crash. 2 tires from the little bastard ran Barris's garage untouched since the accident that claimed Dean's life. He sold the tires, and both of them exploded simultaneously, causing the driver to turn off the road. In a piece that appeared in Jello Pink, the curse apparently continued even further. Due to all the incidents involving Little Bastard, Barris decided to hide the car, but was convinced the California Highway Patrol to lend the cursed heap to the Highway Safety Exhibit. The first exhibit was unsuccessful as the garage that housed the car that was housed caught fire. It burned to the ground and the garage caught fire and mysteriously burnt to the ground. The car suffered virtually no damage at all. The new exhibit at the local high school ended abruptly when the car fell off its display and broke a nearby student's hip. Gee, folks, this car just sounds like straight bad luck. Like one bad incident after the other. If you aren't getting that bad vibe, I am. Later, George Burkus was hauling the wreckage of the Spider on the flatbed truck and was killed instantly when the Porsche fell on him after he was thrown from the truck in an accident. Mishap after mishap continued until 1960 when the twisted debris was on loan to a safety exhibit in Miami. Following the exhibit, the wreckage and the truck that was hauling it mysteriously vanished on the way back to Los Angeles. Neither has ever been seen from since, but people continue to spend big bucks on pieces of the infamous car. Let's just hope that they all handle them with care. Now, my question to you all is this car got some sort of curse, some sort of supernatural powers? And if so, like how does this happen? Do you believe that objects like cars can be cursed? I mean, I don't think it's unheard of. I've heard of dolls being cursed and everyday household objects being cursed, but this is the first time I've heard of a car being cursed. Let me know what you all think in the comments of this story, if you think his car is cursed or if you think it's just a hoax or what you think. As always, thanks for supporting our channel, and we will see you in our next video. Stay weird, California. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye.